I hadn't seen this movie in a long time because I remember not liking it when I was a kid. And I loved Jerry Lewis movies as a kid, still do now. But I decided anyway to give this one a rewatch just to see if it really was as bad as I remembered. The movie centres on George Lester, a man full of get-rich-quick schemes who proves quite lacking and inattentive as a husband to Pamela, who is pushed by his antics to the point of divorce. He then turns her house into a discotheque, and as Pamela refuses to sign the mortgage George puts on the house, he must pay back his creditors £25,000. To impress Pamela and pay back his creditors, George enlists the help of his con artist friend H. William Homer, played by Terry Thomas, to steal secret blueprints for an oil drill invention and sell them to the Arabs. To start with, the major problem with the movie. The DVD cover claims that the movie is full of the zany antics that made Jerry Lewis famous. The problem is, no it's not. There's far too much of the straight man Jerry Lewis and practically none of the goofy, lovable, clownish antics he's most beloved for. In fact, he's actually quite an unlikable character in this movie. I found myself questioning the fact that we are apparently supposed to root for him and hope he wins Pamela back, which of course he does. In reality, if I was Pamela, I would have left him in a heartbeat and stayed well away. Jerry's ego seems to be on full display here, as he is attempting to prove that he is more than just a goofy clown. It is as if he has gone for more of a smart, scheming character in a ridiculous situation, more of a sitcom-like layout, similar to Blackadder or something. The problem is it doesn't work for Jerry, and I found myself getting more laughs, or chuckles, laughs is a bit generous, from the other actors in this movie. Just Terry Thomas's face is hilarious. All of the promotion of this movie seemed to centre around the fact that it's a Jerry Lewis movie in England. The thing is, I don't care where it was made, it still has to be good. Star power and location alone don't make a good movie. I found the relationship between George and Pamela quite toxic and very indicative of the time in which this movie was made, and also of the way Jerry himself seemed to perceive women. I found Pamela's forgiving George at the end very sudden and unwarranted. When Pamela gets involved with Dudley Heath, who owns the blueprints that George is trying to smuggle, the movie tries to make us hope that she will leave Heath and go back to George because Heath is treating her poorly. The problem is, both options suck. By this point in Lewis's career, it was clear that he was trying to prove that he could fulfill the Dean Martin role of the suave, handsome leading man. Not only did he fail at that, but he failed also to get more than a few measly chuckles throughout the runtime. It is also well known that Jerry often acted as a director even when he wasn't. Max Wilk wrote this movie based off his book of the same name, and Jerry Paris directed it. But according to Patricia Routledge, Lewis would at times demand many takes of a scene despite Paris being satisfied. That clashing of egos, mainly Lewis's of course, is obvious in the messy final product this movie became. It's a bad sign when a comedy movie succeeds more at the depressing scenes than the funny scenes. The movie is also very tonally unsure. For a comedy, it spends a lot of time on its more depressing subject matter. I do say this was the best part of the movie, unfortunately. The sad moments as George and Pamela are sorting out a divorce being the most successful aspect of a comedy is a bad sign. The climactic scene where George, Pamela, Homer and Fred Davis realise they have been double-crossed and a chase ensues is filled with the dumbest, laziest slapstick humour put to film. Tonally all over the place, with a ridiculous plot and featuring an uncharacteristically unfunny performance from Lewis, this movie is an all-round misfire that falls completely flat. Don't watch this movie expecting Jerry Lewis's usual comedic antics. Despite what the promotional materials will say, it has none of it. Don't raise the bridge on the river, more like don't waste your time, give it a miss.